Have you ever been in a situation where you felt completely disrespected? Like someone was trying to tear you down, make you feel small, and you just stood there, frozen, unable to say a single thing? It's that gut-wrenching feeling of humiliation, and for most of us, it's one of the worst things we can experience. We're taught to be patient, to turn the other cheek, to just let things slide. But what if that's the absolute worst advice you could ever get? What if, as Carl Jung understood, tolerating humiliation is a path to destroying your own psyche? Today, we're going to get real about the power of standing up for yourself. We're going to dive into why you should never tolerate humiliation, no matter who it's from. This isn't about being aggressive or starting fights. It's about protecting your soul, your self-respect, and your place in the world. It's about understanding that every time you let someone humiliate you, you're giving away a piece of your inner strength. But before we continue, I'm offering you a free ebook to thank you for supporting the channel. Download it now and begin your journey towards self-discovery, dream interpretation, and shadow work. Hurry because it's free. The link is on the channel page. So what is the psychology of humiliation? Think about the last time you were humiliated. Maybe it was a boss who mocked your idea in a meeting, a friend who made a joke at your expense in front of a group, or even a family member who belittled your dreams. That feeling isn't just a temporary hit to your ego. Psychologically, it's an attack on your very sense of self-worth. Carl Jung, with his deep understanding of the human mind, would say that humiliation strikes at the heart of our persona, the public image we present to the world. Our persona is how we function in society. It's our social armor. When someone humiliates you, they're trying to strip that armor away, leaving you exposed and vulnerable. They're telling you, your public identity is a lie. You're not who you pretend to be. This isn't just an isolated incident. It has lasting effects. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who experience humiliation are more likely to struggle with anxiety, depression, and social withdrawal. Why? Because your brain goes into survival mode. It sees humiliation as a social threat, similar to a physical threat. It's trying to protect you by telling you to hide, to shrink, to avoid a similar situation in the future. Let's be real. We've all seen it. A coworker makes a snide comment about your work, and you just laugh it off. You think, I don't want to make a scene. But what's really happening? You're telling your subconscious that it's okay for people to treat you this way. You're signaling to others that you're a safe target. The person who humiliated you, they see they got away with it, and they're going to be more likely to do it again. It's a vicious cycle that erodes your self-esteem one small, painful moment at a time. Now, Jung talked a lot about the shadow, the repressed, unintegrated parts of ourselves. Our anger, our aggression, our desire to stand up for ourselves. We often push these things into our shadow because society tells us they're bad. But these are the very qualities you need to protect yourself. When you let someone humiliate you and you don't react, you're feeding your shadow with more fear and more helplessness. You're denying a part of yourself that needs to be expressed. Let's use a real-world example. Imagine you're at a party and someone you know tells a joke about your weight in front of everyone. The first response for many of us is to just smile and pretend it's funny. But an alternative response could be to look them straight in the eye and say, calmly and clearly, "That wasn't funny, and I don't appreciate that kind of joke." What just happened there? You didn't yell. You didn't start a fight. You simply stated your boundary. You told that person and everyone else in the room that you will not tolerate being treated that way. You stood up for your self-worth. You showed that you respect yourself, and that teaches others to respect you too. This is about reclaiming your power. It's about telling the world, I have value, my feelings matter, and I will not let you walk all over me. This isn't just for big moments. It's for the small ones too, the subtle put-downs. the backhanded compliments, the moments of passive aggression. Now let's talk about the archetype of the hero. Jung would call this an activation of the hero archetype within you. The hero doesn't tolerate injustice, especially injustice done to themselves. The hero stands strong. The hero has courage. We all have that archetype inside of us. But if you constantly tolerate humiliation, you're suppressing your inner hero and letting the victim archetype take over. Think of the consequences. A life lived in constant humiliation is a life lived in fear. You'll stop trying new things because you're scared of failing and being ridiculed. You'll avoid speaking up in meetings because you're afraid of being shot down. You'll start to believe the negative things people say about you. This isn't a path to a fulfilling life. It's a path to a life of quiet desperation. The choice is yours. Are you going to let the world define you through its insults and put-downs? Or are you going to define yourself by how you respond to them? By standing up. You're not just saying no to the person humiliating you. You're saying yes to your own self-respect. Humiliation is a powerful tool used by bullies, narcissists, and insecure people. They use it to control others, to make themselves feel bigger by making you feel smaller. But you have a choice. You can either become a victim of their insecurities, or you can refuse to participate in their game. Now you might be asking yourself how to say a no to humiliation. Pay attention to that knot in your stomach, that feeling of dread, that flush of heat on your face. That's your body telling you that you're being disrespected. Don't ignore it. Second, practice your response. It can be as simple as, "Hey, that's not cool," or "I don't appreciate that." Rehearse it in your head. The first time you do it, it might feel awkward or scary. But every time you do it, it gets easier. Third, understand that you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't have to justify why a joke hurt your feelings. You just have to state your boundary and move on. Finally, be selective about who you spend your time with. If someone constantly makes you feel small, it's not a joke. It's a pattern of behavior, and you have the right to remove people from your life who don't respect you. This isn't about being perfect. We all mess up, but it is about making a conscious choice to value yourself enough to not let anyone, for any reason, humiliate you. Your dignity is your most precious asset. Guard it fiercely. What do you think? Have you ever had to stand up to someone who tried to humiliate you? Share your story in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going about what it means to truly respect yourself. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on psychology, self-discovery, and building a better you.